And welcome back. This is Northstar here with another episode of my Hearts of Iron 4 Gotterdammerung Let's Play. I am continuing with the German Civil War. Looking at some of these quotes. Pan was a relatively smart man. Churchill was a genocidal bastard who should not be considered a hero. Some of the people in World War II we consider heroes were villains. Some of the people we consider heroes were heroes. I wouldn't say any of the villains weren't villains, they all were. We just heroized people like Churchill as well, who should not be anyone's hero. If you know his past before he became prime minister, he did some horrendous things like used artillery on strikers. Artillery on miners who were striking. He was a brutal, authoritarian racist and should not be admired by anyone. Not even particularly smart. He stole many of his speeches from other people who had said the same exact thing. He just plagiarized. No credit given. I'll admit, this time I was excited to get back to this game, but I am in a bit of a mood due to real life stuff. If any of you have ever dealt with health insurers, you've probably dealt with, if you're in the United States, incredibly short-sighted and greedy behavior. Sometimes it's short-sighted and it saves them money, but it hurts the healthcare system as a whole, hurts the patients, hurts even other insurers who may end up as your insurer down the line. I was encountering this with being repeatedly, PCBs, basic and specialists alike, both being repeatedly forced into running up the same basic process of elimination over and over on a cough I've had for 15 years now. And even though it's in the records and they know it's been worked up in this exact way before, doing the same thing, same basic stuff again before proceeding to anything that hasn't been tried yet, because the stuff that hasn't been looked at is more expensive to test for. And then on top of that, my health insurer denying one of the meds needs to be to cross out, no, it's not a respiratory asthma, even though I have multiple tests that show I don't have asthma. And this has been worked up before as a cause of my cough. It's definitely not that. It's so frustrating. It's frustrating that the doctor can't treat the way that they know I need to be treated, and then on top of that, the meds that they're prescribing for this process of elimination are even denied by the insurance company. Greedy, short-sighted thinking. Anyone who tells you markets are the most efficient way to do things is full of shit, honestly. I recommend a video, if any of you have time. This talks a little bit about this economic calculation problem, the worst argument against socialism, by Hakeem on YouTube. Yes, he's a socialist. You should nonetheless hear what he has to say. I am a socialist, though I try not to be in your face about it, and I am cynical about certain points. For a very long time I consider myself a market socialist, for instance, cynical about central planning. Probably identify more with the Spartacus League or the right opposition in this game than I do any of the more quote-unquote mainstream socialist lines of thought. Does not change the fact that capitalism is a disaster that's going to kill us all with what's happening with climate change. So we can do better. One fact many of you may not know, and this is a fact been proven beyond doubt, is that the Soviet Union had the second highest long-term economic growth rate of any country on Earth for a comparable 30 or 50 year time period, if you're looking starting after World War II. If you're looking at a shorter time period, France has them beat. If you're looking at a longer time period, because France eventually started economically stagnating, like the late 60s, 70s, early 70s, Japan has them beat. Both capitalist countries with elements of planning in them. But they have any other country beat. You can look at the entire history of the United States. There's no 50-year time period where the US had as much growth as the Soviet Union did between 1921 and 71, the first 50 years of existence. Because before that, there were the Republican Social Democratic governments that were overthrown by the Bolsheviks. It wasn't the Soviet Union prior to about 21, 22. It was a period of civil war and chaos and no central government even for some of that time. Right, anyhow, Von Klug here is a brilliant strategist. He's cautious, and I believe one of the focuses, I know he got promoted by one, I'm trying to remember if one of them gives him a trait. Defend the fatherland, but if I'm improving the supply system instead, that's not relevant. So, maybe I don't upgrade him. No, I say don't upgrade him. Maybe, I don't know. I'm going to want to replace this guy before he reaches level 4, because I'm not ready with meticulous preparation yet. So, Klug already has a little skill, not even to show up in urban warfare. He's probably a good choice. Just as this guy, Kessering will take over the defensive group, and yeah, he's an assault specialist. I should probably give him offensive doctrine now. And that must have been a Amazon truck. Maybe delivering my next laptop, even though it's not supposed to arrive till Wednesday. Sometimes they just deliver stuff ahead of time for whatever reason, or behind schedule. Around here, it never seems to arrive when it should. When it says it's going to arrive. Sometimes things are early, sometimes they're late. I don't make a fuss over it, as long as they don't like leave it in the middle of the driveway. They did that with some valuable stuff once. It's like it could have been run over and it got soaked in the rain. They haven't done that in a long time. It must have been the last driver who I'm assuming quit or something, because I haven't seen that guy in ages. Or he moved to a different route, I don't know. I did complain a couple times, maybe he got in trouble because he was being careless. I've dealt with many deliveries. I have a sibling who used to work in delivering stuff. It's not like I'm unempathetic. It's just you gotta do your job correctly. Alright, well, I know last episode I didn't get a ton done, so I'd like to push things a little further here. If you can see, I'm quickly closing some processes to make this run a little quicker. I feel like it's lagging a little. Let's get you all some music. I feel like there's something missing. Oh, I did want to check who's the leader of the... What? No, I want to open diplomacy, not of my own country. Did I miss something? Used to be able to view a country list. Oh, there it is. I want to see who's the leader of the different factions. Does it not show? Should show under Canada. Canada leads the Commonwealth. Okay. So my multiplayer must have been Australia. Which is good, because then the multiplayer Canada is going fascist. The UK went fascist there too. Whereas Australia is staying democratic. It's useful for that. Here, Canada is going communist, and the leader of the faction, which would mean South Africa, Australia, and New Zealand, will probably leave the faction when they flip. Australia is staying democratic, as far as I can tell. New Zealand appears to be staying democratic. So I won't know until they take 2NZ NEF. They could have already done this, I wouldn't know. South Africa is going fascist, I believe. This gets modified with the direction they're going. So that's plus 0.03 fascism support, which means, yes, it's not so far from the historical path of apartheid. Could be considered almost a fascist government. Might be considered non-aligned, definitely not democratic in a real sense, or communist for certain. So, alright, this is not. This is one division. A little swapping around of the generals. It's getting into these micro lines. I'm going to have to at some point merge them back up. I don't want to bother with you guys with that. And sometimes it helps prevent the units moving around like crazy anyways. Oh, it's not trying to open that. Jeez, there's a lot of units here who are done with their training. Okay, it's going to be hard to prevent them from moving around, I think. Oh, they're both in the southern, so I'll just shorten this line. And that should stop. Alright, these guys are both in the city. It's a rough day for me. Long COVID is making my muscles all hurt. You know, stupid insurance companies obstructing. I deal with them because I couldn't get a specialist consult that a different specialist told me to do because the PCPs in the system didn't match. Not even like they weren't paying for anything or I did something wrong. No, they just failed to update my PCP in the system when my other PCP moved to a different office and I switched PCPs, even though that was months ago. And they do stuff like this semi-intentionally and pretending it's by accident so that they can avoid paying for healthcare. Like I said, the whole system is evil and messed up, and capitalism has no business in healthcare, if nothing else. There are too many externalities which are a basic facet of externalities. Are the most basic and obvious one is air pollution, is one people point to when you're explaining the concept. Air pollution is a cost you impose on everyone else, mostly not yourself. Though you do breathe the same air sometimes. Externalities allow you to often save money or reap a benefit to everyone else's detriment, and the cost to everyone else may be greater than the benefit you reap, making it actually economically suboptimal for that activity to occur. But capitalism almost never internalizes externalities, which is to say, left to its own devices, it won't fine companies for pollution. It won't, properly. You need at least regulations for that. And one of them is definitely companies trying to obstruct care so the next insurer has to cover costs that have been put off. So at least you need like an FDR style democracy that invests in people and regulates. Which, of course, a lot of neoliberals hate FDR because somebody who did a lot of good for America. They're fully planned, which means I should probably start this offensive any day now. They're fully planned too. And these guys are probably not going to be attacking for a while. Let's put them on their offensive general. I think he has higher max planning anyways. Yep, so they'll actually be more prepared for that attack when I... but yeah, I need to start thinking about rearranging who is assigned for what among the generals. This arrangement can't last. I've got, I don't think Von Beck leveled up. This guy is getting close to leveling. This guy's getting close to leveling. All my defensive ones need to be reassigned somewhere or relieved of command for the time being. I may want to shift some of these leaders in charge of defense instead of offense. But let's launch this attack, shall we? It's past time for it. Apparently they're attacking into... The heat will evaporate in a sec. Right? No high heat. Just some rain. Which does make them lose motorization when moving. Makes air missions a little less efficient, which means enemy air support, because I don't have any here. It's actually good to attack under cover of rain. Rain clouds make it harder to spot them, I guess, from there. Fun. Yeah. So the message from the Soviet Civil War, which ended right before I saved. Goodbye, Stalin. Ruthless. I'm not gonna call them monsters, people, but definitely ruthless and sometimes murderous. Can be a jerk. There were better leaders who could have led the Soviet Union historically than him, for sure. And hopefully Bukharin proved himself such, although the AI, being the AI, will try and curtail the collective farms immediately when they should do some of the 5-year plans first, especially when we can look forward to a long period of peace, because I'm not going to be fascist. Of course, for all they know, I'm going the democratic path. The Germans have an aggressive democratic path that involves invading the Soviet Union even earlier than the fascists normally do, because they don't conquer their neighbors, they ally them. Bukharin has declared himself victorious and has vowed to make the Soviet Socialist Republic rise in the ashes. Yep, Stalin was probably for the best. Though I think to go right opposition, they take focuses that lead to even more people being purged, so maybe not. But yeah, where is the... So I can show you guys. This, whatever. This focus locks the 5-year plans. Focuses, so if you can look forward to an extended period of peace, which I'm sure you won't see anything on like Reddit and stuff. I don't use it anymore because it's full of far too many variables, but they'll sit there and say, oh, you should never do that. But, I mean, you should always do it right away because these focuses aren't worth it. They're probably not if you're going to war right away. Or if war is happening in 41, which is creeps up on you sooner than you think. But if you go down this path and knock some of these out, they're really powerful. They can make the Soviet Union a lot stronger, and you can only get one of these if you at least finish the 5-year plan. I don't know if these get a lot, but resource gain efficiency, either military factory and then factory output, or production efficiency cap. I thought the factory output bonus used to be greater from optimized production lines. But the idea of this, which helps them get mill faster. The left-sided path is even more long than the right, but it's still better probably to at least not get the right-side path if you have enough years of peace than to lock yourself out immediately, which the AI will almost certainly be doing. There are some nice economic focuses they can get after locking themselves out of the 5-year plan focuses on the right opposition. Paced industrialization and a sustainable economy, trade unions, laborizer. This is more beneficial, though, if they have a bunch of subjects. So if they've released a bunch of their outlying territory or fought some wars, the AI will be on that stuff, and they're better off with the 5-year plan in this case. To the point where in a different save, I went around and the AI tried to go fascist. Did I stop them? No, that was even earlier. And then I just tried to force the AI to do smarter things, and I just gave up on it partly, tagging over them, and I'm not doing that here, but God, the AI is so stupid at looking at strategic considerations. They have to just give them a single path. That doesn't always make sense. Like they should choose the left versus right-sided 5-year plan based on whether war is imminent or not, with the right side if it's closer. And they should definitely not lock themselves out of the 5-year plan if they have some time till war. That's the right opposition. Anyways, this battle's going well, I think. Probably suffering crits in any of these units, but the Motorized Division, lots of them. Motorized have much higher breakthrough relative to their width, although this is a wider division. Comet width 18 versus 12, so it's 50% wider, but it has a breakthrough of 104 versus 33, so where it'd be like 45 at this width versus infantry. It's more than twice. Motorized are much better at attack width than infantry. If you can not afford tanks, you should at least try and get motorized. But I used infantry for defense mainly. I'm trying to get the infantry leader traits. My people. He already has it. It's another reason to swap people out. Oh, this should get him some trickster experience and ranger, organizer. Yeah, I was itching to pick this game back up from the last time I left it. Sometimes I do want to, and sometimes I'm like, other stuff first. Hold on, this stupid... This game bar works so well for most things, but they have this stupid capture stats thing that gets in my way. Really should be feasible to minimize that. Let's see. It's going to do the Wittenberg. Oh, that's Holstein. Wittenberg's there. Yeah, I was gonna fortify Stuttgart up. Before I got to Holstein. And this is actually a good place for infrastructure. Should probably do that before I bother with give me some aluminum as well as I hope I'll unlock another build slot. That's probably a higher priority. Well, no. Where the heck in Hessen am I? Oh, Frankfurt. I can get that one done way sooner. Even. I should probably just go level 2 since I won't get damaged so often. Holstein. Well, no, it's more to deter attacks, so I can move units elsewhere, not to actually help in fights. Alright, Baden. Yeah, I should make this level 2. This is actually somewhere I could end up having to defend, especially if there's a second German Civil War. For the canal, all dockyards I probably want. Ships take a long time to build. It's better to retain dockyards in a Civil War if you're thinking long term, because otherwise the AI will start on ships that never get finished, and the progress will be lost. They build anything much bigger than a destroyer, probably. So I probably want to try and retain control of Holstein. I've heard something, I've seen bits on the internet about a Schleswig uprising. I don't know if that was an alternative to the Silesian one, or if someone was mixing up the states, but it might occur during the Communist Civil War. In which case, defending this and this will both be helpful. I should say fortifying this and this. Anyhow. They're still opposing me, but I'd like to get some air support here. Hopefully the rain will be over soon. It doesn't last forever. I'm not seeing any combat here, so there's no point of having the cast. And bridge combat. Ugh. Not a fan of it. It drags on. Just the width, when I have the width advantage. This is a base 90. It's 75, I suppose that's fine. It wasn't going to fail at all either way. Yeah, so I'm doing this, by the way, to get this and with this infantry weapons earlier, as well as another land doctrine. I do know that if I do this, I can get some nice paramilitary spirits, and that'll have to come soon-ish, but balancing army, navy, and economy as well with that branch. hate that song. It's making it harder for me to think. It's not all the infantry equipment I have reserved. That's nothing. Terrain support equipment. Guess I could sell some artillery. Pull the trucks. Did fine with trains. And 12 available. Bump that to 16. But yeah, artillery. I'll put some artillery up for sale. Anyhow, I was looking to see if I had anything I could put more divisions in training. Not really. I like this song. Alright. I keep forgetting to move these back in the Stuker. Let's do that. Let's get there sooner. So don't worry about it. Cool. Doing enough damage, they should be suffering crits, though I'm suffering as well. It's a high lethality battle. Alright. This war has been somewhat bloody. More than I thought it would be a while back. For sure. Yeah, there's a problem. I don't have enough divisions to really fill in behind them. I do want to defend this. Yeah, I can get there before the day rolls over, and they'll at least entrench immediately. I should have gotten moving sooner, but whatever. Alright, mud here, they really have to strategically deploy, because otherwise it'll take forever. It's very hot too, so they would have also suffered attrition. These guys aren't likely to push this way because it make it easy for me to encapsulate them, but there's a high chance they do try and attack here. Right. Fight is won. Be there 4 hours. That's not. These guys have very little work. They must have been retreating from a previous fight. Let's not let them reorganize. push him across the river. These guys stay behind. They're the least experienced. So they're probably the most likely to benefit from digging in that there's more scenarios they could potentially suffer crits otherwise. These guys, because they're not heat climatized. So they're a little less effective. Cool. I could actually move on Berlin and probably end this war almost instantly. At least get Hitler dead. How'd they switch into economy of conquest when they don't have a focus tree? Maybe the event to possibly take that fires a wall into war? I don't know. Interesting that they can get that with a generic focus tree. I don't think their MIFA bills actually tick up. So this is just free military dockyard construction speed for them. But yeah, if I took Berlin, he ends up dead. It was the benefit of the Reichstag. And the stability it provides. Built a synthetic refinery here? Is that always there? Probably was. I don't think it would instantly end the war. So I could actually do it and the war would continue and I could even fall back out of Berlin. You gotta think about it. But they'll probably rush in. It's there either way. Oh. I should at least... Oh well. These guys could have gained planning. Probably gonna push northwest and shorten my front line, get the river's defensive line again. Make it easier for me, they're pulling out. That's good. Yeah, if I take Berlin, Hitler dies. Sorry if I wasn't clear. Commits suicide. Or he runs away, disappears. There's a RNG to it, and he can reappear as the leader of certain other nations later. Like Argentina or Greece if they resurrect the Byzantine Empire. How long would it take to reach Berlin? Eight hours. Whew, I don't think they can get anyone in there in time. They're not quite refueled yet, but it's not going to take that much fuel. Daring raid on the capital is what this is. I'll save in case I don't want the civil war to end here, but I'm pretty sure it won't. I don't mind that I'm a little political power, so they can't raise conscription law and depopulate the countryside even more. That would be bad. I think they're in a civilian economy, though. No, war economy. You know, the only thing they could really do with their political power is raise conscription, which I definitely don't want doing. Alright. Ah, and they store some of their own factories. Yep, the war is not over, but if they don't retake it, I've got the factories, and if they do, let's see. Yeah, I got fighters, bombers, CAS, and I think trains. They started production on, or restarted production on. Yeah. I don't mind that. Oop. Come on, select. There we go. Yeah, I might want to actually swing southwest and take this facility before they do. I mean, what is it before they do? I might want to take the facility, and then I can get back on my special projects. I have a free mill, a couple free mill. I'm using all the imported rubber. It's telling me I have free tungsten. Since I'm going to start SMG production soon. I think I want to do is a couple of these new production lines instead of merging the old, because I'll swap them over to new rifles as soon as they're available. But I want to keep these going. I want to dilute them, although I think it might individually try at the factories, but I won't have any other way to swap just two over, except hang mice. I think this at least make it more obvious to me what I'm up to. If I'm in no danger of losing a steel, I'm just going to move this up so I can see it. So just a temporary artillery production line. So take the land warfare facility. And eventually take Magdeburg and just have a strong defensive line here that includes Berlin, but nothing this way because forests are harder to defend than cities. Cool. Give a moment to reorganize before I push further. Right, I'm rethinking exactly how I'm going to do this. Oh, I shouldn't pull. I'll pull the 20th Infantry across the river. I'll get to Berlin and then they'll attack this way. he's gonna... I'm gonna have to attack across the river. If I want that defensive line. I guess they'll have to support the attack even though I want to stay put. Alright. And they're attacking me at Stuttgart. Again. They don't give up. Klug's gaining some urban warfare experience from this slowly. He's gaining engineer experience attacking across the river. Yep. With the capture of Berlin, our troops discovered the corpse of Hitler in a bunker in the city. Choosing death over seeing anti-fascist elements take over the country, the leader evidently took his own life rather than risk capture. In his stead, Himmler has now stepped up to lead the Nazis. His army from the government will not be in their fight against anti-German treason. Yeah, they're not capitulated yet, but they no longer have the leader traits of Hitler, which is good for me, so. It was a raid to kill Hitler, and it succeeded. Or he killed himself before my men got to him. Some of the motorized divisions, they're probably actually pretty fast. We're trying to hunt him down before I left the city, thinking he would just flee. Alright. So, raid to kill Hitler. Uber succeeded. Or he got him, took himself down. They moved their capital to Munich, which should disrupt some of their supply lines because I don't think, well, there is a weak, no, there's no rail connection this way. So unless they build one, which the AI will probably do. Works to me, I suppose. The Estonia is getting ready to come to the aid of the Nazis, though, I think. Well, Hitler dead, at least, and he's not showing up in Argentina or something later. I need infantry to stay behind here. I can rush the motorized back here if necessary. I'm trying to clear it, right, a defensive line on the server. These guys are going to swing west. I probably want to start wearing him down here. For that, these guys are all under Wittelsbach's command as well now. Oh. Boom, boom. Land warfare facility. I have to assign a scientist. This guy's still available and experienced. Strong network. What this does, it's useless. Mostly. Sorry. Higher Unless you want to fortify the heck out of some area ahead of tech bubble. Which, why would you ever do that? Huh, this maintains my progress from before. Won't even cost me a breakthrough, which I don't have. So I'll continue work on military engineering vehicles. Might gain some army XP. That'd be nice. That's the other reason going on this line. The next focus gives 15 army XP. Every bit helps. Right into an ambush, huh? And actually, I want this infantry division to help. There, that'll get all of them in the combat. 5. Pulling back from ambush and attacking an hour later. Cool. Let's move. Darn it. They're not. They're almost out of fuel, too, so they need to refuel a little. Need this for a supply connection. Should assign any trucks out there, though. Just one level modernization then. Oh. No, especially not when you don't have the fuel. What are you doing? Stay put. I'm not even getting fuel, it doesn't look like. And China's buying artillery. A lot of it, too. Let's see. Put some order for sale. Alright. Guess I'm gonna have to take this to restore the supply lines before. I'll pre-assign trucks here though. Bugger. 6 hours the first division arrives. And I'll do all sorts of weird things with the battle lines when they arrive, so we'll just stop unassign now. Now I'm going to put them under Kesselring. At least this. Might be a little bit till I can push across that river. Take Magdeburg. Can at least establish this defense. defensive line though. Tomorrow they can launch that attack. Guess these divisions have to be under a defensive leader to gain the extra chance of reinforcing. Let's see. There we go. Could make a push east here to encircle Magdeburg. Oh, no. The training one's fine. This attack immediately. There's no planning bonuses there anyways. Right. They're gonna arrive next. It'll be a while. Let's have March. They're currently marching out of a forest, aren't they? Yeah, that would benefit. But yeah, I'd like to get some in there. So, cool. It's also defense. He's under a defensive group. So they'll reinforce faster. Okay, that's enough fuel. Where's my bombers? My boys. I have not yet pulled anyone back. Yeah, this also means I now control the anti-air guns, the only ones in this air zone, so that's good. It counts towards air superiority rating a little bit, if you look. One of them's damaged, but the other one, their air power is reduced by 3, except they don't have aircraft. But if they put any there, it would reduce the amount of them contesting the sky, so that's good. Berlin was definitely a valuable prize. Even if it's on fire, because the Nazis sabotage factories and stuff behind them. Everything's on fire. That's a forest, so more divisions in this area, but if I restick with some of these guys, I can hold the defensive line just barely. And under Kesselring. Let's put them under this guy. Since they're defending the forest. I can just extend that line. And the other division
division arrives. This does bore this, so I will need a division here. This is a beautiful song, Scandinavian Summer Suite. So probably rush some of these guys to Berlin in a second. Let's just do it now. Forget. Maybe I'll initiate attack, all sorts of fun stuff. There in 6 hours. And their support's helping. The enemy has some. Now, guess it's time to redeploy the fighters. Cool. I just guessed I'm on a good attack here. And then this infantry division will dig in and motorized to be prepared to act as reserves if any battle needs them. Alright, cool. That'll secure my northern front. I can start thinking about a push down here towards Regensburg. Oh, that distracting attack succeeded. That was all I meant to. Forgot about it. Because of air support, probably, I'm sure. Interesting, but they're not really equipped to hold them. You know, push north and cut them off here, probably. We'll see. Might be able to hold it. Redistribute some divisions. Yeah. One more than that. These guys are also fully trained. Also the 16th line is drum as well. That way you can hold this position. Keep pushing east. Make that battle line a little less annoying. Fun. Oh, of course the AI is trying to pull a division back. No. Throw all that effort so you could be in place, and these are the ones I'm waiting to reorganize. Let's push there. Good for tech, good for industry. Oh, I keep forgetting this. Aren't there... I guess there are no on-map Vivagan screen offensives, though, when you're in a civil war, are there? It'd be nice, but I don't see any. It should be an on-map decision, if I'm not mistaken. What's decision? Operational planning. Hopefully, if I'm in future wars, I get those. Sturmpanzer. Schon. Huh. Do I not have basic? I don't have basic medium tanks yet. I'll get that soon enough. Wonder what those look like. Probably infantry support tanks, designed as what they call support guns. Takes 2 divisions to displace 1 entrenched division on average. That figure is holding up here. Should give these guys some reinforcements. fighting has fewer crits in my forces. Yeah. They brought in some reinforcements. They're not going to win. And being a offensive ball with infantry, I'm going to suffer higher losses than they do. Alright. I guess they're just digging in. It's not really much of a prayer of getting a successful attack now. So we'll sit under Kesselring and defend. And Stuttgart still. Managed to damage the forts. Damage to like forts infrastructure comes from hard attack. So if you're ever trying to take the Maginot head on, you want to show up with tank destroyers. It's the way you're going to actually damage it. That and of course bombing from the sky above. I mean, if you actually want to do that, you want to show up with at least medium, probably heavy tank destroyers, tactical bombers, doing strategic bombing in large numbers. You want tactical because you'll need the air superiority. From just the sheer numbers, you should have total control of the sky almost, but they do have some anti-air guns that reduce effect. Maybe just strategic bombers if you're actually gonna, but you definitely need bombers, you need probably railway guns, and medium or heavy tank destroyers to first damage the forts and then push in. I mean, you could do it other ways, but you'll suffer heavier casualties. And they've decided to focus their aircraft here instead. Alright, well. An 8, but I see should be just. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong ones. Yeah, I really have some heavy casualties to my fighters. Alright, then. Now they've taken Berlin, though I've doubled my fighter production with this line, so probably alright. Originally I put fewer lines because it was selling to the Yugoslavians, but that's passed. Cool. Need someone here and they consume it. Not allowed to retreat here, what? Because they'll have been there now. There's not any combat going on. Weird. It's probably just a bug that if I reload it would go away. Why are Rangers head south? It's doing weird stuff because I formed a pocket, isn't it? Oh yeah. First of all, boom.
It's invisible front line does this kind of stuff occasionally. There's one, but I can't even see it to edit it. I hate it when it does that. It's all the way up back there because there's a front line I can't see. Just stay put. Point is to make these guys feel not confident attacking, although they're trying anyways because they're encircled. So maybe I should just attack into Magdeburg. Put them all into this guy. So they can benefit from this and attack. Almost able to bring in tanks to finish these guys. I'd probably prefer that. To push them off the plains with tanks, and then when they're fully encircled, infantry can move in on the city if nothing else. Light tanks still do a respectable job in the cities, so. Someone's moving. No. What are they even trying to do? I don't have a line up there. Alright. They should all stay put. Really? I guess that it's because they keep trying to move this division to an area they shouldn't even have a front line. This line doesn't extend to that province. They shouldn't be going there for any reason. We're in this. This is probably too many Landstrom here. I think I'd like a few more over here. It's another invisible front line I can't see. Wish there was a way you could just delete it from here. Well. This side attacked the units as they're strategically redeploying through. Lovely. pinned down and they're moving in on this. This ain't good. I need defenders here soon. Have them all, quote unquote, withdraw that way. So they've already got some movement done when this fight is over. They need to stop the enemy from reaching there. I gotta send those guys back. Gotta slow down this march. And now they're attacking Stuttgart again, and this hill for the zillionth time. And Kesselring must be so tired of that. And here, what are they even thinking? 6 divisions there. None of them are even Landstrom. Really desperate. To retake Berlin, probably. Enough of that. Reinforce quicker if they're... Shoot. I'm getting a little cavalry or experience, I guess. But really, these guys should be under... Where can I attack to distract them? Here. Though he's less skilled, they'll fight better under him because he's a ranger. And they're enforced. And this will make it easier just to organize everything because this whole front line will all be under one commander. As well as these guys coming in.
defensive guys got organization first. Right. Apologize for the cough. A lot of offensives. That's going well. The Stern Brigade. Which is, yeah, it's just a militia division. He's doing a last defense, taking advantage of that land doctrine earlier. They're dealing crits, at least to this. Well, probably well, not taking them, so that's good. I don't even need the tanks for that. It's good because I'm not fully trained in them on fuel. I need that for the aircraft. I suppose tanks are actually a more efficient use of fuel than aircraft usually. Why is Krug in charge instead of Kesselring? Because it shouldn't be complaining. Some experience, hellfighting, and infantry. I think he needs some leader of divisions under his command are fighting. Even if he's not the leader of the battle, I'd have to check that. Infantry leader wise he does, just not other things like organizer and overall skill points. Oh darn, and now they're trying to go here. Oh, that's my fastest moving division. Certainly being put to good use. The speed. Huh. The 4th International. Stalin's dead. What does it talk about Stalin? Or maybe just step down. It does increase communist support for nations that have, I think, over a certain amount. It's basically the Trotskyites are getting organized, which they rarely historically did. So it was a big deal when they actually gained a little organization. In the future, communist support is now higher than democratic. So if I put Thalman in there someday soon, I might want to do anti-communist raids as well. You get the most stability if you raid the parties with the most support, because they'll drive a little more support towards your ruling faction.
since the way it calculates, it looks all the parties that aren't the one being raided and divides the people who leave the one being raided proportionally. So we'll exclude 35%, then non-aligned makes up relatively the most. Of course, I'm going to switch communists later, but not yet. I should probably... Why are they in Besser M's instead of... Auto? No. High Sea Fleet. Thank you. Alright. I've been ignoring my Navy too much. And the Scharnhorst, well, the other one was completed. I should probably get this done. Take advantage of my low chromium a little. Me and my belly go -1 chromium and still have reasonable productivity. Alright, anyways. I wanted to put the sub-forces under a separate. Oh, click, not right click. Durnitz. The problem with Durnitz is he's already level 5. I'm trying to train someone up to replace him someday. Durnitz's successor. Should probably be a level 3. Enemy retreat chance. All except Bum already have advisor roles. I someday wanted to replace commerce rating with a different. I need to hire a new admiral. Frick. Anyways, destroyers are mostly there just to stop the battlecruiser from getting hit if the enemy comes in and starts attacking them with subs or something. Light cruisers have a little bombardment. The capital ships are the ones. But, Yeah. Bum's a coward, which naval damage. But it doesn't allow him to get Lancer, and he's a level 3 and could make him a Chief of Navy someday. Which retreat decision is very important for subs anyways. You don't want them to stay in combat long. If enemies start showing up with stuff that, unless you're microing the heck out of Navy, that's usually good to have on sub commanders. Put them in charge of that for now. Pretty sure that was hurting the bombard effectiveness anyways of the fleet. Shooting a stationary target on land with naval artillery is almost unsporting. Almost. I love that. Yeah, I'll make him a ground pounder and put him in charge of this fleet, since the only purpose here is to bombard the enemy tries to attack. Anyways, maybe someday I'll recruit a new admiral, but I might want to start. This guy's back is redeployed. I might give him Lancer and have him. Lancer's useful if there are any screen ships protecting convoys, and have them do a little naval raiding. Yes, it's my own convoys. I get them back after the war, but Navy experience for the admirals is probably more in the Navy XP game than skirmishes. So, gotta cut a line between training our admirals and not destroying your own industry too much. Yeah, they're not under any kind of attack now. There's invisible fronts. Cool. Pull this guy in. Finish them. So we're getting up to 100 minutes here. That's a lot. Guess he's probably gonna end up having to defend if I were to guess. It's just a defense. I'm going to cut this video in like 2 seconds. So, this is Northstar. Pull these 3 back. Wishing you all the best. Take care of yourselves. Take care, and by that I mean, like, don't neglect your own well-being. I don't mean that greedy way. Take care of each other. Look out for the people around you, and farewell. Best luck. Until next time. Stay tuned for my next video. Which, having taken Berlin, I'll shore up these defenses and start looking at what to take next. Because they really do want to cram the Nazis into a little piece of Eastern Germany before I even think about settling in the battle lines and waiting for tanks to deploy in large numbers. Speaking of which, looks like I just got a couple motorized divisions done with training. So I wish you the best. Good luck.